how did you get into this mindset? Because you always support with foundation, you get involved feeding programs, di
Yeah.
ba?
Heart
Heart
operations,
operation.
scholars.
So,
Yeah.
just what are you getting out of this by doing? Welcome to Dare to Dream. It's where we talk about dreams, purpose, faith and God, nation building, and right now I'm also adding another conversation: the influence of fathers on their children. Why? Because my book is coming this Father's Day that talks about the influence of fathers on their children. So this afternoon, we're so glad and we're so blessed because we have with us a very good friend of mine, somebody I really look up to, and he is very successful as well. VP for corporate planning for a real estate development company, and he has been invited as panelist, keynote speaker in multiple conferences about real estate and sustainability. And so, but above all the accolades, oh, by the way, he is also very much involved in foundations. And in fact, one of the things that I admire him and his wife is that they are one of the leaders that we call our chief nourish the children ambassadors, and that's a feat that uh, something that tells me the kind of heart that they have. And but more than that, we've been good friends, and I know by heart he's somebody who truly cares. It's all welcome, my good friend Jeremiah Papolina.
Thanks for
Welcome,
having me,
Jer.
JM. What a great intro. So, hi to all your viewers. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
very honored to be here, to be one
Actually,
of your
thank you,
guests. Yeah.
thank you. Sabi ko nga, we go long way back of,
Yeah, yeah. More than a decade. No?
more than a
Grabe.
decade.
So, time flies. No?
Time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Jen, before we talk about some of the things that we are where this we will be
Yeah,
discussing,
yeah.
would you like to share a little bit more yung background mo
Yeah,
lang
yeah.
kung
So thanks for the time for inviting me to your podcast. So as you mentioned, I'm currently a senior officer for a real estate company. I also do business development consulting, and I get invited to speak as a panel or a
mm-mm.
speaker in conferences.
Yeah.
But didn't start out that way. So ako, I started from the bottom. So many years ago, wag na natin alamin kung I started as staff minimum wage.
Mm.
So after college, ang goal ko noon is magkatrabaho ka agad.
Mm-mm.
Kasi siguro another step back. My background is my dad was a banker
Mm.
by profession and became an entrepreneur.
Mm.
My mom the same. She's a
see.
medical technologist
Mm-mm.
from FEU, and she also became an entrepreneur. So, yun yung naging, if you're gonna ask me, sino yung, syempre, unang mentor mo, magulang mo.
Okay.
And hindi sila yung, like in those days, no? Wala naman internet noon. They didn't use words to mentor me. They used action. So, walang sali-sali
Nakita mo
pala.
lang.
Masipag sila. So, si daddy nagbankero, si mami nagmedic sa clinic. And then there was an opportunity to grow a business. So it was a machine works business. In the 70s, 80s, malakas yun. Kasi yung mga makina noon, kunyari, makina hindi lang kotse, makina sa mga factory. Binili yon abroad. Na kung masira yon,
repair sila.
papadala mo pa yun yung part sa Germany or whatever. Eh, pag machine works, precision machines, may nasirang part, gawin nyo nga to. So,
kahit bolt yan, di ba? Yung
Kahit
machine shop.
pero yun, they need that. Kasi pag nasira yung makina nila, hindi sila magpo-produce na manufacturing. So during that time, that was ang lakas nung kita nun. So, napalaki ni daddy yung business. Nag-resign siya sa bangko. Yun, it's a good thing. Kasi sa bangko, syempre, wala naman silang pera nun. My dad was from Laguna. My mom was from Bulacan. So, probinsyano. So they came to Manila, dito sila nagkita. Nag-business sila. And with also yung cousin, si Tito Fred Barletta. Pumatok. And maganda kasi, yung tito namin na yun, siya yung magaling sa makina. Hindi siya gumraduate ng engineering. Pero ang galing niya, naaayos niya yung mga makina. My dad naman, magaling sa pera. So, kahit magaling ka, yun yung business, no? So, when you go into business, no? hindi lang pera eh. Kailangan
Mm.
magaling ka rin.
Yeah.
So, magaling sa operations, pero wala siyang pera.
Mm.
Si daddy, may source siya ng pera. So, nag-partner sila.
Uy,
Umutang siya sa
sa
bangko.
bangko.
About 2 million at that time. 2 million
Laki
in the
nun.
70s
Mm.
was big.
Yeah.
Eh, may connections sa bangko
Mm.
to buy those machines, the precision machines, para
Mm.
mas malaking masingil.
Mm.
In about 2 years, nabayaran yung loan na yun in
Mm.
full.
Oh.
So, lahat ng kita doon
Mm.
was gravy na.
Mm.
So, this was second-hand information from my mom. So, lumaki ng lumaki. And then, napadala kami sa magandang eskwelahan.
Mm.
And I remember my mom kept telling me paulit-ulit, alam mo, swerte ka. Nung pinanganak ka, nakatira dati kami, nagre-rent lang kami sa Batay, Cubao. Hindi ko alam kung saan yan. Basta some renting apartment. Nung pinanganak ka, may bahay at na tayo sa subdivision. So, we were sent to good schools. And life was great. So, kaya lang, kung sino dito nagbi-business,
Yeah.
when you succeed, maraming challenges. The challenge of my dad was yung health niya. So, na-stroke siya noon. And since siya yung may alam, medyo nahirapan yung family. So, we had to sell our house. Sabi ng nanay ko noon, as in any family na nagka-challenge, anong gusto nyo? Mag-aral kayo sa magandang school or ibenta natin yung maganda yung bahay natin? Pero sa public school kayo? Or magandang school pa rin kayo? Benta namin. Mga ganun kami. Wala na kami choice eh. So they sold the house. But we were, yun yung promise nila. Kahit nawala yung business natin, yung sa school, gagapangin na.
Okay.
So doon ko nakita na yung decidido sila to succeed. Yun yung, I think, my first lesson na kahit anong mangyari, may magandang mangyari, may pangit na mangyari, pero may goal sila. Magtapos kayo, yun ang goal namin for you. After nun, bahala na kayo. So, kaya yun yung desire ko na magtrabaho ka agad. Wala naman, kasi nakita ko yung business, hindi siya maganda eh.
Diba? Yun yung ano mo, exposure.
Pinaghirapan, Monday to Sunday, nag-work si daddy, yumaman ka, biglang boom, wala ka agad. Sabi ko, sa corporate siguro, kahit may sakit ka, may leave dun, di ba? Stable to. So, unang trabaho ko, nakakatawa. Sabi ko, uy, galing ako sa magandang school. Diba? Management Economics. First job ko, minimum wage. Sa bangko. So, I followed my dad's. I didn't know. My dad
Subconscious.
Subconsciously. So, sabi ko, I applied to Unilab, to a real estate company. Pero, parang the banking was my calling. So, nag-apply ako sa bangko. Tapos, akala ko makaka-negotiate ako. Ganda school ko eh. Here's our offer. Pwede taasan po 500? No, because there are like 20 people here from LaSalle, UP, Ateneo, and other schools who are applying. Take it or leave it. So, anong ginawa ko? Siyempre, medyo mayabang tayo. Tinanggap ko. So, wala akong choice. Kasi gusto ko na agad kumita. And then, that started. Staff, I really worked my way up to be supervisor, manager, senior manager. I even did part-time MBA to get promoted. Because that's the formula. And awa ng Diyos, marami pa rin pinagdaanan. To cut the long story short, here I am today. No? And I think one of their success was attributed to my dad and my mom. Number one, they were very hardworking. May tanong ka sa akin, ano yung 3 habits na ano. Hard work is automatic. Kung hindi ka hardworking, walang mangyayari sa'yo. But hindi lang yon.
And this is regardless no kung
magbe-business ka,
sa job ka. Regardless of 10 years from now, hard work still beats.
Yeah, hard work talent. Talaga. Kasi maraming, naalala ko sabi ng boss ko, maraming magaling dyan. Ano yung advantage mo sa kanila?
But how does hard work looks like to you? Because may kanya-kanya tayong definition.
Yes.
But to you, how does it look like, hard work? What type, yung morning mo, what are your morning, from the morning, how do you start your morning, and then?
Ayun, so, that's a good question. So, ako, yung hard work is pinaka-basic. Pag sinabing 9 a.m., 8 o'clock man doon ako. Pag sinabing alis ng 6, alis akong 7. Basic yun. So, marami kasing
1 hour early, 1 hour late.
Oo. Automatic. Wala nagturo sa akin nun. Siguro, nakita ko lang na I can do more.
Mm.
So I can talk more with the boss,
Yeah.
do more prior.
Mm.
Medyo may sacrifice ka. Kasi
Mm.
you have to wake up early. Dati, gising ka 7,
Mm.
dati ka 9, ngayon
Mm.
gising ka 6.
Mm.
To get there at 8.
Mm.
So yun basic for me.
Mm.
If you're not there, you can't prove yourself.
Mm.
Diba? And second for me is yung continuous learning. Kasi nung pumasok ako, yung alam mo sa college, hindi naman yan applicable lahat sa work.
Right.
So, I have to empty my cup, di ba? May konting confidence ka na I can do it. But ako in my mind, I will succeed because I'm willing to learn. So, yun, hard work, getting early, being present, continuous learning. And siguro I learned it late na through my corporate journey is hindi ka pwedeng ako lang. Kailangan marunong kang, kasi ang turo sa amin, independence. Ako, me. I can do everything myself. But the higher you go, interdependence pala. Parang hindi pwedeng, huwag natin tulungan yung fulfillment department. Customer service lang tayo. Wala tayong pakialam dyan. Hindi mo magagawa yung trabaho mo kasi kausapin mo siya. Yung IT. So doon ko na-realize, as you move up, you're not an island. You're part of a system, an ecosystem.
Teamwork talaga.
Yeah, and you have to have a relationship with that person. And so lagi kong tinuturo sa mga tao ko. Pag may hiningi yung mga taong department, as much as we can, we give it. As fast as we can. Kasi we also need them eh. Like yung legal namin. Todo tulong kami doon. Kasi we need them when we need them, di ba? Yung ibang department, operations, sales. So kailangan ganun. Hindi ka pwedeng super bossy. Unless internal audit ka. Yun, pwede. Trabaho niya talaga maghanap ng mali, di ba? But when you want to succeed, let's say, goal ko talaga to be CEO. To be CEO, kailangan alam mo lahat ng department. Seamless. It took me a while to learn that. And the first leadership book that I read was John Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Yeah, I have a video of that.
This was 15 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Yung edition na yun. So sabi ko, alam mo yung nakakatawa, pag nababasa ko ng mga libro, paano kaya apply ito? Wala pa naman akong tao. But I just read. And then, and you don't just read it once. You read it again, and then at different levels. So I guess that's what made me where I am today.
So, but at what point in those moments, which moments talaga yung na-realize mo na I'm not just an ordinary person. I can actually be a leader. I want to become a leader.
Well, siguro when I got piloted. Kasi yung first job ko, kami na dami namin. Siyempre, staff ka lang, di ba? So, you're in competition with like 30 people. We had a 1-year officer development program. So, some continued with the bank. Some stayed where they are. Some resigned and did something else. Ako, I was recommended by a friend to another company. Hey, there's an opening here, business development officer. I think perfect ka dito. So I was recommended maybe because they saw something, maaga ako mag-uwi, nasipag ako, willing to learn. So yun, nakita ko, pwede pala yun. You don't have to say in a company. Kasi yung iba, mas nauna sa'yo, yung iba may kilala sa boss, wala akong kilala. I just hard work. So nakita ko, pwede pala. So I can do that. But I have to continuously working on myself. So, doon nag-umpisa, supervisor.
So, doon na-build yung confidence mo na, okay, looks like.
Yeah. And then, syempre, yung boss ko noon was a senior officer of the company. He reported directly to the president. Na-imbibe niya sa akin. Actually, hindi niya minsan sinasabi. Parang daddy ko, I observed it. Kasi kung ikaw actually, ito na natutunan ko. Kung maghihintay ka sa HR to promote you, you will never get promoted. Ikaw dapat yung may tawag na proactive, which is konti lang gumagawa ng yung naghihintay lang, sir, promote mo ako. You have to
you have to ask, you have to initiate, and know how to get promoted. Saka yung transition, ano yung biggest challenge mo?
Well, I'm still in transition. I still work in a real estate company. And the funny thing, when I was una, when we started the business ng wife ko, maganda for extra income. So we started chocolate business, nag-flower business pa nga ako, insurance, stock market. Hindi ako so we did that, pero ang nangyayari, it takes away so much time and the income was so small.
Yeah.
So sabi ko, I need something na I can do part-time. And then business development came in. So I was invited to a business project. Pwede pala yung ganun. Magpa-partner ka with big companies. Ginagawa na pala yan. Airbnb, Grab. So Shopee, Lazada. So sabi ko, I'll partner with that. And dun umusbong. Kasi dun may mga training doon on leadership, entrepreneurship. And sa sobrang ganda ng training, we had some success. We're not there yet. But sa sobrang dami, some clients are also asking, hey, can you also help our business? So, nagpapakonsult sila sa akin kasi nag-business na ako.
Nice.
Sabi ko, yung ganda ng experience ko with corporate plus business development together. I'm helping now clients expand, not just here, but also Australia. So, may tinutulungan kaming client to grow their business there. So sabi ko, ang ganda nung ganong, and it's possible now because of internet, Wi-Fi, Zoom, you can meet people, and you can communicate, you can purchase with just a credit card. The world is so small na you can find ways talaga to make it. No? So yun natutunan ko sa business. Hindi siya madali. Diba? Pero yung maganda when you're doing business development, and you have a big partner, you can start small. So habang natututo kami ng wife ko, may wife and our partners in the business, lumalaki din yung ano namin, yung leadership capacity namin. Kasi nung iniisip ko dati, parang sila lang may kaya niyan. Ba't sila lang? Tapos sabi may isang, yung pinsan ko, is very successful, negosyante. Sabi niya, Jem, kung kaya nila, ba't hindi tayo? Sabi ko, pinsan, 2 lang kamay natin eh. Isa lang bunganga natin eh. Isa lang tayo. Di ba't sila? Ayaw nila. Ayaw din natin yan. Sabi ko, that's a very simple, no? So, kung isipin mo, kaya mo. Kaya mo. Pag sinabi mong di ko kaya, 2 lang kamay ko, hindi mo kaya. So, yun yung naging growth namin. And maganda, kasama ko yung wife ko dito si May. Kasi yung ano namin is, she used to work, she's very successful at what she does before. Accounts manager, yung mga LED billboard na nakita mo sa EDSA. She was the pioneer. She was the one who sold to San Miguel, SM. Even before all these other billboards, yung isang guest speaker mo na number 1 na ngayon. 10 years ago, si May yun, siya yun. Siya yung talagang wala naniniwala sa kanya. And then she sold about 2 worth multi-millions. But she had to, we decided na mag-full-time kasi we had a son and a daughter. Mag-full-time ka na lang sa bahay. Kasi ang hirap maghanap ng yaya. I'm sure you know this, diba? So if you have a yaya, keep them. But that happens eh. So, ano yung, I have to earn more than, kasi instead of 2 may income, isa na lang. But sabi ko, while I'm doing business, kasi kung sa bahay lang siya, I want her to grow with me. So, ginawa ko, sinasama ko siya lahat ng conferences. Tapos yung, di ba, John Maxwell, idol ko yun, 15 years on leadership. Our business partner invited him in 2012 live. Sabi ko, we have to go. So it was a Southeast Asia conference. I invited her. She is now growing with me and even better than me.
So that's the best part of venturing into a business. Kasi sa corporate,
hindi mo sasama yung wife mo. Di ba? Corporate, yung events. Mga strategic planning, only senior officers yan. Pero sa business, sinasama ko siya. And she's now growing in mindset. And yung kagandahan dito, yun yung mahirap eh. Kasi minsan, iniiwan mo yung asawa mo, hindi siya nag-grow. Since sabay kami nag-grow, sabay namin nag-grow yung mga anak namin. The next generation. So, hindi lang ako, siya, combined kami. Kasi iba yung ng babae, iba sa lalaki, iba yung strength. So I think that's the beauty when you do business. The continuous learning together. And you're growing in mindset together.
So, do you have a specific masasabing mindset shifts na parang ganito ako sa corporate, and then when you venture into business, ganito pala dapat?
Medyo. May konti. Pero the principles are the same.
Ah.
Leadership is leadership wherever you go. So, I grew in leadership in corporate. In business, I apply that. Not all. Kasi in corporate, actually I started with only 2 departments. I now head 6. So, but ang business, you handle all departments. Diba?
Yeah.
So, even though I handle 6, there are 20 other departments that you have to know all of that. So, yun ang kagandahan. Natatranslate, not all, but some. Like hard work, continuous learning, being
So the same
productive.
principle apply in the business.
Yeah, but business, of course, is a different matter altogether. Because let's say you're dealing with sales and marketing. You're dealing with the changing trends. So how do you adapt to that? Kasi sa corporate, gawin mo lang ito, and then promoted ka na. Pero limited lang.
Ang isipin mo lang sa corporate, don't get promoted eh. Diba?
Yeah. Oh. And then, of course, help other departments. Kasi, but when you're a senior officer sa corporate, you also look at the bottom line. Dalawa lang naman yan eh. Increase gross revenues, decrease operating expenses. So, yun dalawa. Para yung bottom line malaki. Sa business, ganun din. Kailangan lumaki yung revenues mo. And then, hindi ganun kalaki yung manage. You can't lessen actually OPEX, operating expenses. You can manage
Mayroong
it.
fix talaga eh. Mayroong limit to how much you can reduce it eh.
Pero and sa corporate, yung growth mo, income, ganito lang. Sa business, actually nakita ko yan sa may-ari namin sa company. He grew the business when he was 17, 50 years later, he's now multi-billionaire. So how did he do it? Kung kaya niya. Kaya lang siya, syempre, pinaghirapan niya yun. Dami niyang pinagdaanan. Yeah. So when you're going to business, be prepared. Be prepared. And I think having a global partner, hindi ka lang mag-isa. Kasi gone are the days of Henry C. Lucio Tan. Those are rare breeds.
Solo, di ba?
Yung mga story nila, pag kaya ko bang gawin to? Magbenta ng tires, and swim it to Cebu, mga ganun, di ba?
Although, the more we get to know the real story, sometimes kasi, this stories, the hero story, is what's promoted by the media.
Yes,
because it sells. But in reality talaga, when you look at their story and how they get started, they were never alone.
Yeah.
They were always with people, working with people, with teams. Somebody helped them, supported
Tito
them.
niya, kapatid, business partner ng tatay niya.
Yeah.
Diba?
And normally, they don't mention it because it doesn't sell eh. What sells is, wow,
the
match,
hero,
the hero,
the Superman.
Yes,
Actually,
the hero.
tama ka dun. So, especially when I watch the interviews of all those successful, they didn't do it alone. Iba nga, meron siyang grupo ng leaders. I read the interviews of the children of Henry C. May mga lieutenant siya, nakasama siya doon. Nandun pa rin sila hanggang ngayon. So, hindi lang yung anak, yung mga even non-family member. So, sabi ko, galing. No? They establish leaders upon leaders upon leaders. Yeah. That's why they grew so big.
Right. So, yeah. Actually, there's something din, if I had a chance, diba, to meet these people, I think what I want to ask is, I read an article, the difference between the Lucio Tans and the Henry C's. The Henry C, very swift yung transition to the next generation. The Lucio Tans, problematic. Kaya medyo nawawala sila ngayon eh. Mahina sila eh. Wala sila. Because the next generation is not as like the Henry C na lahat ngayon, all siblings are really involved, running, and yung mga siblings na yon, they are like part of the top 10 billionaires ng Pilipinas. Pag pinag-combine, no match. Pag pinag-combine lang ng mga siblings. So, but I think, yun yung ano eh. Ikaw ba, in your ano, kasi you experience with sa dad mo eh, na parang, without you knowing, you acquire the mindset, So, how is it now with your son? I mean, do you also see na parang he is slowly, or how do you influence?
Well, yun nga. So, tama ka actually. My dad's influence on me. Ang goal ko kasi is always the next generation should be better than the next one. And I think, in my own way, kami magkakapatid, apat kami magkakapatid, all very successful. We did our part. We elevated the next generation.
Mm.
And now, our job ni May, my wife, is to do the same for our kids because they are given opportunities that we did not have before.
Yeah.
Alam mo mga to, baby pa lang may passport na. Ako, my first passport, I was 25 years old, 30 years old pa ata. No? First travel ko. Sila ito, mga baby, lumilipad na. Sabi nga ng one of my aunts, these kids, they will travel to the moon. Ganun na.
Or to Mars.
Oh, to Mars. To live there. Maybe
to live there.
Yun ang bagong Boracay. Diba?
Oo.
So, yun yung gusto mo. Kasi nga, you wanna elevate the family. Para mas marami. Ako kasi mas marami kang matutulungan. So, what did I learn from my dad? Actually, sa dad ko, 2 of my brothers became lawyers. So, hindi niya maano yung negosyo. So, kaming sister, magkano ba sweldo mo? Papasweldoin kita. Nakita ko kasi yung kaguluhan ng traditional business. And our business was dirty, literally. Machine works. Sabi ko, corporate talaga ako. And then eventually, I'll do business, which is what's happening. So what did I learn during the transition? Each person is different. You can't say, porket anak ka ni ganito, you will have, my son has to chart his own business. I can give him the direction. Ang pinaka-importante, I have to show him that it can be done. In my leadership, not just in the family, in my faith, in my business, and then hopefully, my actions, yun yung makikita niya kaysa sa mga talkies ko. But I also do a lot of talking. And my daughter then as well. I want her to be a strong leader, a woman leader that can impact other leaders as well. So I think yun yung natin sa generation. Kasi I believe, one of my mantra is love for country. So, kwento ko lang sa'yo, kanina lang, this morning, may napanood akong documentary. Yung mga nagko-commute. Yung Reporter's Notebook, panoodin niyo yan. Dinocument niya yung flight ng mga nagko-commute in the Philippines. And anong ginagawa para ma-alleviate yan. So, kaya ako nakwento sa'yo, kasi isa ako doon, nagko-commute ako dati. 2.5 hours papunta, 2 hours papunta.
Yeah,
kasi ginagawa yung MRT tsaka yung Skyway. So I know, commute boy ang tawag sa akin. Jeep ako. Jeep, MRT, tricycle.
Lahat na.
Lahat. Pauwi, bus. So lahat, alam ko yung flight nila. It's getting worse now. Meron isa doon, taga Bulacan. 3.5 hours to get to a call center job in Pasay. Another 3.5 hours to get home. So, 7 hours of his waking life commute. Pag kinumpute mo yun, gising tayo, 16 hours, di ba? 37% ng buhay niya commute. Wasted time.
Ang question ko naman nun, ba't di siya lumipat?
Or maghanap siya na online, di ba?
Kevin, come on. I mean, gets ka.
May option siya. Pwede siyang lumipat. Pero yung majority, hindi. Parang naawa naman ako dito. Kasi, the greatest equalizer. I've been to other countries. Hindi na tayo kailangan lumayo. Japan, South Korea. Mas mahirap pa sa atin yun 50 years ago. Singapore. So marami pang ibang bansa. No? The democratization of transportation is the key. And education. Kasi when I was in Hong Kong, di ba, maraming train station. May kausap kaming CEO, puti. 3-piece suit, pare. Tapos na yung meeting namin. Oh, great talking with you. Hey, where are you going? We have a car. We'll bring you. No, I'll just take the train. You'll take the train? Yeah, in your suit? And Rolex watch.
Yeah.
Tapos, it's faster.
Yeah.
15 minutes away. If a CEO and a janitor can ride the train.
And it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. Faster.
Safe,
if I take my BMW car, it'll take him 45 minutes, not 30 minutes. So, sinin mo yun, CEO, Japan, the same. So, kung kaya ng ibang bansa, kaya din natin. You asked me a question before this. No? Ano yung sa tingin ko that can help our country elevate education? Key. Pag edukado ang mga tao.
You're not talking about general school education. You're talking about edukado na
continuous learning. Let's say learning about business, learning about your craft, learning about leadership.
Mm.
Continuous learning
Mm.
na not in the classroom.
Mm.
Actually, YouTube is here,
Mm.
online books, so if there's a hunger for education,
Mm.
we will become like those first world countries.
Mm.
They did it. Actually, education, only in our time. May nabasa ako, napanood ako, World Bank to. Only in our time, in one generation, can you change the future of your family.
Yeah.
You are a product of that. I am a product of that. My dad is a product. Probinsyano siya, public school. Pumilit gumraduate ng college. Naging negosyante. Banker, negosyante. One generation. Next generation was higher. So if sa ibang bansa ng Pilipinas, I've been to the provinces.
And even right now, I would even say na you don't even have to wait the next generation. Even your own generation, you can actually change it right away because of the information available, the opportunities that's available.
You don't need to be an OFW.
Yeah.
BPO sector is now $40 billion, pare. Tinalo na niya yung OFW. So we are in the cusp. Yung alam mong...
But why do you think, Jem? Because given all the technology, given all the opportunity that's available, why are still a lot of people are stuck?
Well, it's yun nga, some people are yung education when you go to the province kasi ganun pa rin it's still money and power. So pag may money and power ka, you can just I don't want to give the example, but one of my relatives, tumakbo siyang mayor with a platform of good governance. Vico Soto, Lenin Robredo. So, fourth-class municipality yun. Ibig sabihin, poorest of the poor yun. Na-elevate niya in just 3 years to first-class municipality.
Wow.
Sabi niya, punta kayo dito. Walang babayaran. Kung ano yung 5,000 yung business permit, 5,000 lang. Walang ano-ano. Daming pumuntang negosyante. Umi-elevate, nagpagawa ng hospital. So, kaya. In that sphere of his. Kaya lang, natalo siya ng last election. So, ano yung reason? Hindi na ma-analyze. Because the people have spoken. So, I think if we get educated...
The people have spoken or they were paid?
I don't know. I can't say kasi we don't have the evidence to do that. But, yun nga, the votes are there. So, pero yun yung beauty ng Pilipinas. We're democracy.
Yeah.
People keep comparing us to Vietnam, to China. But they're socialist, communist country, di ba? So, walang freedom of, speech doon. They can get things done. But yun yung, so, alam ko, mahal ko ang Pilipinas. But when you speak your mind, hindi ka babarilin. Hindi ka makukulong.
At least.
Oh, at least. You can...
Pero may nababalitan ako ngayon, medyo delikado daw.
Oh, well, may ganun talaga. Because if there are people in power. So, for me, masyado ng macro for me yun. So, ako sinasuggest ko lagi, especially, do what we can in our own sphere. So, in my people, that's why I teach. I used to teach also students, so ganyan. Huwag kayong, more is given, more is expected. Kunyari, anak ka ng mayaman, hire more people, create more industry.
If you were to imagine the Philippines 20 years from now, do you think it's possible for us to at least become, the level of South Korea?
Posible.
Paano?
I was talking to, the best way to know this, talk to other people from other countries. Because ako Indonesian investment banker siya. Indonesia, di ba? Lampas na sa atin Indonesia. They're close na to Malaysia, Singapore, even more, di ba? Kasi they have the resources, may sarili silang oil. Sabi, ano sa tingin mo sa Pilipinas? Alam mo, you guys are so blessed. You have the natural resources. I mean, na-discover sa Malampaya ngayon, di ba?
May bago na-discover.
Actually, pag na-discover ng oil natin, mas mayaman na tayo sa mga Arabs. Anyway, you have
or matagal na na-discover lang, ngayon lang sinasabi. I mean, come on, it's been ilang years na, ngayon lang
may mga ano doon. But anyway, kasi we're in the ring of fire. Diba? If Brunei has oil, anyway,
for sure.
so what we can control, we have the remittances. There are 10 million OFWs.
The BPO is bringing lots of dollars as
The
well.
BPO has surpassed the OFWs. OFW remittance is 39 billion. BPO for the first time has surpassed that. $40 billion remittances yun. So that's what? I don't know ilan sa GDP yan. So our strength is our people. We have the resources. Our only problem is ourselves. So it can be done.
Or do you see, kasi sabi ni John Maxwell, di ba, would say that everything rises and falls on leadership. So if we think about it, this is really our leadership problem. If you take the Philippines, we have lots of resources. And we're not just talking about oil, which we have a lot. We also have the minerals, even gold, silver, we have that. But the best resource that we have are the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Which not everybody has actually. Most countries, including Japan, they have a dying population. The Philippines is still one of the few with a very much growing population.
Very young population.
Very young
25
population.
years old lang.
So we have a ever growing population, given the technology, the opportunity. But despite that, most people are not feeling the...
Yeah, understand.
So let's talk about this in a leadership perspective. So what do you think is really missing in our leadership?
I can't give sweeping for the nation because there are experts who do that. There are politicians, analysts. I can only answer from my perspective. We lack leadership in all aspects. Leadership in a sense na hindi yung leader na magsasalita, hindi yung leader na, oy, ako yung bida. Yung leadership, servant leadership. Most people do what they do because they want something.
For their own.
Or for their own family. Nothing wrong with that. Diba? You need to feed your family. Very few, like I've seen cultures like in Japan, people do things there for their country. And even for foreigners. Parang pag iniwan mo yung cellphone na doon, walang gagalaw. Makukuha mo yan. So if the other countries can do it, and they're actually helping us with their JICA loans, diba?
Yeah.
Alam mo kung bakit? May nakausap akong Japanese investor, 60 plus. Alam mo, Japan already, no growth. When you put your money in the bank, 0%. Philippines, I like. Because the growth is tremendous. Parang in Tagalog, pag sinabi niya, pag na-invest sa Pilipinas at pumutok, wala. 10x ka na, 20x, o 10, 20 times na invest. Kasi yun yung nakita niyang opportunity. Why do you think the Japanese are investing here? Why do you think, di ba? Kasi dito lahat eh. Yun nga lang, we just have to get that. Ako, ang advice ko, that's what I do. Start where you are. In your own, unless you're a senator.
Sphere of influence.
Yeah. Wherever you are, be that leader, be that servant leader. Help someone na walang kapalit. Connect this person. Uy, may job opening doon. I think you'd be fit. Recently, meron anak ng, meron akong classmate. Yung anak ng kapatid niya, kaka-graduate lang, naghanap ng trabaho. Kaysa sabihin, sige, I actually asked a senior officer, uy, okay ba to? She's into sustainability. Walang opening sa amin. Yeah, Jem, just send me her resume. So yung mga ganun, wala naman akong referral fee doon. Gusto ko lang siyang tulungan na magkatrabaho kasi gusto ko siyang tulungan. If we're all like that, sa traffic, ako natutunan ko medyo traffic kasi nakakainit ng ulo. Pag may dumadaan, lalo na yung mga pedestrian, sabi ko, pedestrian ako dati. Palalampasin mo na. Alam mo sa Japan, nagbabaw pa sila. Ganun ka. So if I can do that in my own certain way, hindi ako yung ganun.
Kasi dito yung mga pedestrian, parang entitled pa din.
Ako,
di man lang magpasalamat.
Gets ko na yun. Galing din ako doon. Commuter din ako. Pero I have to do that part.
Yeah, I agree.
Pero minsan, pag mainit ang ulo mo, something didn't go right, then singit. Anyway, so in the small things, what you are in the small things is what you are in the big things. And I think that's what...
And that the good thing about ng sinabi mo is because you don't actually have to be in the position to contribute something. Which means anybody, kahit simpleng tao, nasaan ka, kahit simpleng rank and file ka, you can always contribute
Yeah.
something to our
Tatay
country.
ka, kapatid ka,
Yeah.
pinsan ka.
Mm.
Kung boss ka, more is given, more is expected,
Mm.
di ba? So, anywhere you are, tricycle driver ka, CEO ka,
Mm.
government employee ka. Ako, I have much respect for government employees because my brother is working for the government now.
Mm.
And kinukwento niya, ang hirap pala maging government employee. Yung sa executive branch siya.
Mm.
Sabi niya, I have much more respect for them. Kasi, paiba-iba ng boss every 6 years, every 3 years. But they keep still doing their job despite all the noise. It's public service. So, for me, kung saan ka man, get better, do more. I know, as a negosyante kasi, di ba, pag may ginawa kang dapat may kapalit yan. But what if? Ibayin natin. Gagawin ako sa'yo, walang kapalit. Pay it forward, yung movie na yun, di ba? Pay it forward. Walang kapalit. So, I've been doing that. I read this book on Napoleon Hill, Do Something na walang kapalit. And it goes back, I don't know, so much ways in my family, in my organization. Kasi the reason why we want to succeed is we want to provide the best life for our family and also help the foundations that we support, which are children, education, nutrition, and
So,
health.
how did you get into this mindset? Because, you always support with foundation, you get involved, feeding programs, di ba?
Heart operations, scholars.
So, just what are you getting out of this by doing that?
I'm doing my part. Because when you step into servant leadership, like what Maxwell is doing, Simon Sinek, and all our other leaders, Bo Sanchez also one of them, they always espouse na pag nag-succeed ka, para sa'yo lang ba yan? What if bigyan ka ni Lord ng mas malaki? Para mas marami kang matulungan. So, 10% tithe for us is I didn't believe it before. Kasi pag walang-wala ka na, parang minimum wage, sagad na yun eh. Talagyan mo pa ng 10%.
Ang problema, pag malaki yung income, malaki yung 10%.
Oo nga. Actually, my wife and I, through coaching, I also have a business mentor. No? So, sabi niya, unti-untiin mo. Until, noon na, baril ang binibigay namin. And then, one homily. Kasi I'm Catholic. Sabi ng pare, don't give what is left. Give what is right. In short, huwag mo lang bigay yung nasa bulsa mo. 10%. If you can do, what if you're sobrang yaman mo na, 50% binibigay mo. I know some leaders in our organization. Pero, mag-umpisa ka sa ganun. Nung nag-umpisa kami, parang pinapalago ni Lord yung namin. Kasi, automatic 10%.
And it's true, yung 100 folds. It returns 100 folds.
Yeah, it's not, hindi siya parang stocks.
Literal. Hindi siya literal.
Pag nilagay mo, it goes in other ways. So, tas tinuturo, yun yung maganda. Kasi mahirap magturo na hindi mo ginagawa.
Yeah.
Hindi ko maturo yan sa mga anak ko before because we were not doing it. Kasi binibigay lang yung barya. 50, kung ano matira. Kung wala, di wala. Kasi yun, yung turo namin, pag may natanggap kang, kunyari, aguinaldo, recently ng Pasko, automatic, 10% is God's. Give it away. Then 50% is your investment. And the rest, dala na kayo. So, and I learned that through my personal learning and leadership. I couldn't have known it if I'm not learning. Kasi kung hindi, I'll just be the usual person. So, yun, there's continuous learning pa rin. So, yun I think is what has guided us. And we're not there yet, but we are where we are right now because we help so many people.
At what point did you realize na we need to be giving already? Or what is there any specific circumstance, scenario that happened that triggered you na ito, we will really give, we will be faithful in this aspect?
Well, aside dun sa in-espouse ng business mentors natin, when you see the people you're giving it to, like one of our partners, yung is PGH, Child's Foundation. So marami na kami napa-operahan. Iba kasi yung nag-donate ka online, credit card. Pinuntahan namin, nakita namin, sobrang daming pila. Uy, akala na, uy, nag-donate na kami 3. May 5,000 pala nakapila doon. Yung tubo ng mga bata. Kami, kids ang focus namin kasi walang PR value yun. Kasi ang kids,
Literally, wala silang may bibigay sa'yo.
hopefully, they become great citizen na maging healthy sila, mag-aral sila, mag-succeed sila, makatulong sila. Walang kapalit. Baka hindi namin maabutan yung mga yun. So yun, education, scholars, health, operation, and feeding. Kasi natutunan ko when I was going to public school, libre ang public school eh. May teacher, may nagbibigyan. Pero pag gutom ang bata, hindi siya papasok. Didiskarte siya. So magbebenta siya para makakain. So sabi namin, ganun pala yung flight ng Pilipinas ngayon. I wanna do our part. And if we can help one kid, if we can help 10, what if we can help 100?
Yeah.
What if we can help 1,000? If we can help 1,000, anything is possible. So, with the grace of God, hopefully, ma-live namin. Kasi, kung anong ginagawa namin, ikaw, you have kids, diba? You wanna teach them, they hindi naman should, but if they're better than us, but they have to follow the example, diba?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm perfect,
see it.
diba? May mistakes, minsan nagagalit ako, init ang ulo, but we try. We are towards that guiding light.
So, is that the kind of legacy? Parang touching base on that. So, parang that's the kind of legacy that you want to live for your children.
Yeah. Noong una, gusto ko sa nila, siguro even now may konting sana may bahay na sila, may kotse na sila, may savings na sila, successful na sila. Parang my definition of success for them pala is mababaw. It's okay, diba? To have that. But I don't want to spoil them. Parang you have to earn your keep, diba? But if they can help more people, they can change the life of one child or another person, then that's, I think, more successful to me than a fancy car or a house or a big bank account. Diba?
I also,
but it's good to have all of it. Diba? I'm not saying...
Actually, kinukwento ko sa wife ko. Sabi ko, when I was mga single kasi parang, gusto ko talaga magka-Ferrari. Gusto ko talaga magka-Lamborghini.
Yung bank account ko, kahit withdraw, hindi na maubos.
Tapos ngayon, may nakakasabay kami Ferrari sa daan. Hindi ko talaga ma-imagine. Why would I want a Ferrari? Parang hindi ko maisakay yung mga anak ko. Ang sikip-sikip. Parang, pero, it's like just a point in my life, diba? Na parang, we all want that at one point, but then we realize all this. But it also poses a question that if that happens to me 10 years ago, there are things that I thought I needed. And then later on, I realized na hindi ko pala kailangan. So, what does that make of the things that I want now? Maybe 10 years later, I'll just say na,
iba-iba eh.
Diba? Di ba? So, but the more you can get into deep kasi understand na hindi pa pala talaga ito, then it's kind of complicated because when we look at reality, of course, we need all these material things, right? But when we really we really get into the basic of it.
Siguro kung 70 na tayo, iba na yung utang natin.
Diba? Di ba? Oo. So,
I get it. I know where you're going. I'm interviewing a lot of successful people.
And what did you learn from them?
Yung my cousin, yung isang kinoconsult namin, successful na, may ganda ng bahay, kotse, daming pinapatrabaho. Kumbaga, he can stop and he's done. Graduate na yung mga anak. Sabi, why do you still do it? Sabi, Jem, tinan mo to. Lahat to, umaasa sa akin. Tinutulungan ko pa sila. Gusto ko pang marami pang pamilyang Pilipino. Matulungan pa.
And that's never gonna end. Right?
There's 120 million Filipinos, diba? So it's kumbaga sabi nga ni Simon Sinek, it's a never-ending game. Game theory.
Infinite game.
Diba?
Yeah.
So, and I love it because it never stops. And you don't know your limit eh. Pero tama ka, Kasi ngayon, success for me, helping 100 people. what if you can change 1,000,000 people?
Yeah.
Hindi ko naisip yun. 100 pa lang, nadadamihan na ako. What if 1,000,000? Di ba? You can change I remember you mentioned to me, what if we can create 1,000,000 millionaires in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Automatic first world tayo.
Exactly.
Hindi ko ma-picture yun. And now it's happening. So,
Yeah.
So I think it's about perspective. Yun nga, your age, I was talking to my cousin on this, no? Yung 20 to 30, you're building yourself. 30 to 40, you have a reputation. 40 to 50, you've got some sign of success. Jack Ma ata nagsabi. 50 onwards, legacy na yun. On average, some kasi do it younger, some do it later. So, I guess I'm there. I'm not there. Kung pwedeng sabay, makuha mo yung dreams mo and you're building a legacy. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ano yung biggest challenge, obstacle mo?
My biggest challenge is myself. Kasi parang may mga alam ako na hindi ko pa alam. So, ginagawa ko yung mga bagay-bagay. Limited knowledge, but you still do it. And sometimes, nagkakamali ka. So, ako hindi ako perfecto. Pag nagkamali, minsan down ka. Is this worth it? You wanna step back? I wanna do my mental health. Muna, take care of myself. But I always go back. Para kanino mo ba ito ginagawa? Para sa pamilya mo, para sa ibang tao.
You go back to why?
Go back to why. Kasi, I always, ito lagi ko sinasabi pa ulit, parang sirang plaka. Yung parable of the talents. Yun yung mantra ko sa buhay. Si God, binigyan. Have you read that verse ng Matthew? Binigyan ka ng isang talent, yung 3, yung iba 10, yung iba 5. So, iba-iba tayo. Yung iba talagang salat talaga. Pero binigyan ka ng isang talent, buhay ka. Anong ginawa mo doon? Most will just bury it. Ito na buhay ko. I want that to grow so I can teach it to others as well. More is given, more is expected. So I've been given good education by my parents. What did I do with it? I grew it. But what can I do more about it? So in the school that we're taught about magis. Magis is doing more for the better, for the good of others. Kasi what use is it if you gain the whole world, diba? If you have that house, if you lose. A lot of people, minsan ganun na lang yung I don't care as long as may... And sometimes it's good and you do it, let's say, sa anak ko yan eh. That you do it not good means, diba? May niloko ka or ako, do it the right way and God will reward you. Not just in that financial reward. Yung may, tinagawan ako ni Jen, gusto ko rin gawin yun. Tutulong din ako sa iba. So, yun yung parang mantra ko or belief ko.
And do you have like, you mentioned the parable of the talents, those stories, di ba? Mayroon kang parang a verse in the Bible that you go to when you
Medyo recent lang to, 3-4 years ago. Kasi when we were awarded Nurse the Children Chief Ambassador. That means we help a lot of people feed all around the world. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So parang, noong una kasi parang, it's all about me. Ako, kaya ko to. Ewan ko naranasan mo yun. Diba?
Yeah.
Parang, hindi, kaya ko to. Hindi ako matutulog. Basta mag-succeed. Wala kang pakialam.
I can make things happen.
It's all about me. It ends with me. Hindi ko alam. My mom taught me this eh. Alam mo yung footprints in the sand. Nung, Lord, ba't mo ko iniwan? Ako lang mag-isa. Sabi, anak, hindi mo alam. Ako bumubuhat sa'yo. Ako yung naglalakad doon. Kinikerry kita. Hanggang ngayon. Sabi ko, wow. So God has been through us. I don't know where we are, especially kami ni May. Challenges we went through. Health, financial, career challenges, even doubts among yourself. But yun yung constant sa amin, yung faith. And that was get us through and more all these years. So there's one thing. Faith. Faith is the number one. Then family, of course.
So if you look at your success, you can almost say with certainty na because of God, because of your faith, the reason why you are where you are.
Yeah.
Because of...
I can 100% say it. Kasi, alam mo yung maliliit na miracles. Minsan hindi ko alam. So nga when we pass away, Lord, I want to know all the miracles that you went through. Siguro, some million siguro yun. Ang daming miracles. Ako, if there's something that I want to advise your listeners, have a daily gratitude journal.
Daily gratitude
I've been doing that for 10 years. And yung maliliit, nagising ako. Do top 3. Ako, nagising ako. Ina-invite ako sa podcast. Dare to Dream. Tapos, I'm gonna take care of my family. Kumain kami. Simple. Diba? Safe ako sa travel. Tapos meron ako doon, unexpected blessings. Unexpected blessing ko recently, ayun, to have this platform. Kasi I don't do podcasts. So, but you invited me. And alam mo yung kwento ko sa'yo, yung nag-invite ako sa mga speakership. That started about 3-4 years ago. Umuo lang ako.
Sunod-sunod na.
Akala niyo yung mga speakership na yun, may bayad. Walang bayad po yun. Papakainin ka lang. Sabi ko, umuo ako. And umuo. And then, every year, ini-invite na ako. Kasi ang mindset ko, hindi ako pupunta doon para sumikat ako. Punta ako doon para tulungan yung organizer. Para yung mga attendees may makuha.
You can contribute talaga, no? So, when you come...
small thing.
Yeah, when you come from a space of contributing talaga to other people,
you can't go wrong.
You can go wrong. At saka, but you can also feel like, yes, you were not paid from that, but you can feel it somewhere else, di ba? Na parang may balik sa'yo kahit papaano eh.
Oh, I'll give an example, di ba? Lagi na-invite doon. Ano ko, hindi ko i-invite yung wife ko. Di ba? Sabi ko, we'll grow together recently. Kasi minsan kasi, can I invite my wife? Sir, only if she's working for the company. And then, I tried again recently sa Cebu. Can I invite my wife? And can you just pay for my hotel and airfare? Sumubok lang ako. Kasi pag hindi ako pupunta.
Yeah.
No problem, sir. You can invite your wife. So, first time, punta kami doon. And we saw our vision. Our vision is traveling around the world. Kami ni May. Contributing. Walang kapalit. Making a difference. Dito sa Pilipinas, around the world.
Right.
And if we get free hotel and airfare, di bonus na.
Yeah.
But, ang ganda. Ang dami na meet ni May. We spoke to 300 people. Honey, I met some of my partners there in Cebu. Side meeting ko sila. Tapos sabi ko, magandang gawin natin to. No? Hindi mo na iniisip yung pera. You just want to make a difference. So it started with that small invitation na walang kapalit. Now ngayon, we're making a difference.
Awesome.
So ngayon, meron akong 3 engagements. And ayun, sobrang excited ako kasi usually, pag hindi ka magaling na speaker, hindi ka invite back.
That's your sign, di ba? That's a sign na hindi ka invite ulit.
Meron nga isa one time, sir, nag-back out yung isa. Pwedeng ikaw ba yung backup namin? And then, I have a flight eh. Again, walang kapalit. Sige. Sabi nga ni Hani, uy, may flight tayo ha. Hindi, huwag ka mag-alala. 4 p.m. tapos na.
Alam namin yan kasi, one time din kami ni Dav, na-invite kami to speak in a it's a training, it's a company training. It's a company training. Pero at that time, naningil kami.
Okay.
Naningil kami. Tapos sabi nila, tay, appreciative naman sila. Marami naman sila natutunan ng sa support. Pero never kami in-invite ulit. Never kami in-invite ulit.
No?
Although sabi niya dun sa sir, invite namin ka ulit next year. Wala, never nagparamdam. So we know that
lesson learned.
Lesson learned. The value that we gave is probably not enough. Or maybe, lang talaga din. I mean, mayroon silang sarili niyang story din. Diba? But I think what I'm getting is that when we focus on adding value talaga to the world, and to the extent of, ito nga yung ironic eh. Because when we give value without expecting return, we get it 100-fold somewhere else. Somewhere else.
Alam, Jesus taught that 2,000 years ago until now.
It works.
So, it works. Pero ako, I understand. Like, si Alex Ayala, Diba? Sabi niya,
Yeah.
when she was asked about pressure, I love her answer because I can relate. Kasi this is nothing compared to the Filipinos that are going through na umuutang para magbayad ng cancer or para mapakain. Alam mo yung gano'n? So sabi ko, perspective eh. So understand. So, but if you can, do it. If you're in that position, keep doing it. Tapos nakakatawa. Ito, kung maniningil ka, yung suggestion ko, naisip ko lang to eh. Meron sir, can we invite you as speaker? Kasi may PhD. I don't know this person. Out LinkedIn to. Sir, I need help kasi kailangan niya ng speaker para matapos yung PhD niya. Sige, sustainability. So, I said yes. Online naman to. So, 200 students. Sir, magkano singil mo? Kayo na lang. Pero yung kung ano yung bibigay nyo, do-donate ko dun sa foundation. So, they gave a token amount. Sabi ko, so, yun. Kung makatulong yun, diba? So, ang daming pwedeng, alam mo, ang Pinoy, mag-isip lang tayo. Marami tayong matutulungan. Hindi lang sarili natin. So, yun ang irony eh. Pag tinulungan mo yung sarili mo, yung magbe-benefit sarili mo. If you help others, matutulungan na yung sarili mo, matutulungan tayo ibang tao. So, yun ang ganda ng democracy. You choose. Pwedeng, ako lang, wala kang pakialam sa ibang tao. Pwede. But, mas better, help others.
You help yourself. You help yourself by helping others.
And I've been to the provinces. Sobrang laki ng potential ng Pilipinas.
Tell me about that because I live in the province.
I know. Grabe. As in, Metro Manila is Metro Manila. Cebu, Davao, mas damit eh.
Kami ni Mark, pinag-usapan namin lagi yan. Ang problema kasi, kung nandoon ka lang lagi sa province, you wouldn't even see the opportunity.
I know, understand. Kasi, silo, di ba?
Parang
ito, bukid.
They don't realize what they have. Pag nandito, sabi ko kay Mark, okay, ang dami nating plano, ang ganda. Parang, willing ka bang tumira doon? Hindi.
But it's happening. Palawan is now, Iloilo, Dumaguete. Ito, I always use this example. Alam mo ba yung South Cotabato?
Alam, si Ken, nung malala ko dyan.
Parang, may mag-i-invest ba doon? Diba? 20 years ago, it was a bombing place. Now, all the big developers.
Terrorism at saka bombing.
Now, it's a hub. Wow. So, if 20 years ago nagbago yun, imagine sa buong Pilipinas may ganun.
So, yun yung mga sinasabi mo ng mga foreigner nga. They're looking for that. Kasi yun yung 10x yung investment mo agad pagka jumakpat ka sa ganung klaseng investment.
I'll give you another story. Dami akong story. Yung tita ko, nag-migrate siya. So, Amerikano na siya. New Jersey. Meron siyang nurse siya. So, retired na siya. Hey, I'm going to Boracay. So amazing. You're Filipino, right? You haven't been? I haven't been. What? You haven't been? Nauna pa yung puti sa kanya dun.
Huwag kang ganyan kasi ako din, di pa ako nakapunta.
We have to go, pare. Best beach in the world, pare. I've been there 3 times, so we wanna go back. So alam mo yung ganun? So Bohol, Palawan, Underground River, El Nido.
Palawan, we've been there and grabe, super amazing. Pero Boracay wala pa.
We should, let's
one of these days.
Dare to Dream podcast in Boracay.
Boracay.
Boracay edition.
Boracay edition. Thank you so much for generously sharing.
Thank you for the time. My first podcast. No?
First podcast for the year.
First podcast for the year. First podcast ever. Usually invited ako sa mga talks kasi. Siguro to end, what I want to impart is thank you, JM, for this platform. No? Kasi it can reach more people than face-to-face is great. But if this can reach more people, if that's what I can add value to people, is the value I can add to people is add value to people. Now,
quotable quotes, mami. Yan na yun.
Add value to people by adding value to people. So in many ways yan, marami. It can be so small if you're an elected official, if you're a CEO, if you're a staff manager, if you're a BPO, if you're an OFW, give back to the Philippines. Kasi ang sabi ng isang treasury man, always bet on the Philippines. Mahirap mahalin ang Pilipinas. At Pilipino tayo. Alam mo ba when you go abroad, the Filipino is the best in the world. I've been around the world. Dubai. Medyo, yung mga tao doon. Mababait, pero hindi sila yung friendly. Sir, mukhang Pinoy, si May, nakasuit. Sir, can you help us? We're lost. How do we go this? Kabayan, walang problema. Manager, GM ng station nun, Pinoy. Tinulungan, ginaid kami. So, yung mantra na, pag Pinoy naman, hindi, mabait ng Pinoy. Yeah. Meron nga kami, isa doon, at Kabayan, bigatan discount, 20%. So, alam mo yun, we have to help each other. We really have to help each other.
Actually, when we are abroad, we help each other. Filipinos help each other pag nasa abroad. Sa awas ng kagipitan, nagtutulungan.
Lalo sabi nga, di ba, isang mentor natin, pag muuwi, parang iba yung hangin. Ibahin natin yun. Ibahin natin.
I think that's the culture talaga.
Bura na yun. Yung Filipino time. Filipino time is 30 minutes before the time.
Actually, I don't like it when people say, when they relate us to that Filipino time is always late. Parang nag-rebelde talaga yung utak ko kasi, I think it's about time talaga na we need to change that.
Yeah. And one of the, to be true Filipino, every time someone disparages, kayo kasing mga Pinoy, paglaban mo yun. Si Pinoy kayo, parang, oo nga, late kami. Kung gagawin yun. Hindi po, iba na po ngayon. Ako, hindi ako late. 2 o'clock yung natin, diba? I'm here 1:25. Yan ang Pilipino. World class.
Yeah.
Add value by adding value. Maraming salamat. Thank you for your
Thank you very much, Jem.
Looking forward to your listeners.
All right, thank you very much. If you're getting value from this conversation, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Dare to dream.